Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I'm delighted to see former Labour leader Tony Blair show that he is concerned, as I am, with the woke left, wanting to cancel anyone who disagrees with them. So I'm delighted that the government is coming forward with legislation to protect freedoms of speech at universities. But Dudley does not have a university. So will my right honourable friend agree with me that this legislation should also be applicable to colleges, online and also other areas of our lives?
Mr. Speaker, my honourable friend is right to raise his concerns about the charge of the woke brigade, though I seem to remember that the charge of the light brigade was ultimately not an enormously successful venture, and I think the charge of the woke brigade will be similarly thwarted in the end. But my honourable friend is absolutely right to say that the Higher Education Freedom of Speech Bill, which was announced in the Queen's speech, will protect the fundamental principle of freedom of speech by strengthening existing freedoms of speech and addressing gaps within the current framework. There must be consequences for the breach of freedom of speech duties, and these legislative changes will ensure the significance and compliance that freedom of speech deserves. And this is of fundamental importance. If our places of education are not bastions of freedom of speech, what purpose do they serve? The whole point of a university, this clash of ideas, as in this House, the clash of ideas that we have back and forth. This House is protecting freedom of speech by the Bill of Rights. We should protect and encourage and enhance freedom of speech across the land.